Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And tonight we got to run about this clip I came across. I ain't watch it, so we're going to break it down together. But it's basically a woman saying, a black woman saying, black women have more in common with white men than black men. Very interested to see what she got to say about this. Let's go ahead on and play the clip without further ado. That's another dating topic, y'all. You know we like them. Let's get into it.
Black women and white men are more or so equally yoked in the grander scheme of things. No shade, LT. I know y'all probably both like what the hell, but that's
Explain your math.
all right, all right,
Explain your
all right,
math.
It's a nice
all right.
building. Nice
All
building.
right.
on there.
Beautiful gowns.
Listen,
Beautiful
gowns
gowns.
is crazy. When you look at where black women fall, at least household wise, head of household, education, leading the education right now, the responsibilities that we have, most of the time we're a little bit closer to each other in understanding. Whereas
So hold
Hey,
on.
we like
Listen.
don't you do it.
I hate
Don't
listen,
say nothing.
Or
Well,
what I'm saying.
who are black men? Who is our companion? Who we got? If that's the dynamic,
I guess she breaking this down economically. I guess she breaking this down education wise. If black women today at a high rate are going to school, getting education, getting a lot of these jobs due to the fact that there are so many in school graduating, getting these jobs. I guess she feel like they're more equally yoked in that capacity. But I would like to go ahead on and disagree with that. I know Umar Johnson somewhat punching L right now, Dr. Umar Johnson, but I think that you know it's a certain demographic of white men that actually is attracted to black women. I think it's a certain demographic white of black women that's attracted to white men. Now, sometimes opposites can attract. Sometimes you can't choose who you fall in love with. And I'm not against interracial dating. Personally, I prefer a black woman. I'm gunning for a black woman. But at the same time, I think you could, you know, be able to love who you fall in love with. But the fact that she's basing her theory off of those two things alone. I don't really agree with that. Now it's good to learn different cultures. When you're dating somebody, it's good to experience different things, open up your horizon to other type of food, other type of music, other type of movies, other type of pop culture topics. But at the same time, I don't think it's no love like black love. And you know, I think most so people gonna connect with who they relate to a lot, who they, share the same, interest in, coming up, because, everybody got their own cultures. Every different race got their own cultures. And to be able to relate to certain jokes and stuff, to be able to have those, those inside joke moments or stuff that people just gonna get. It's almost like when you an older person dating a younger person, that it's going to be an age gap. And I think when it comes to different races, it'd be a race gap, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead on and continue to see what she got to say.
I'm speaking of when it comes to interracial relationships. I'm not saying it in the sense of like, oh, I feel like black women and white men should be together. That's not what I'm saying at all.
oh,
But a lot of the times, I'm saying in the situations where it does happen, if you look at like Serena Williams and whatever man
I
she
don't want to
married
look at
to,
that. That
I'm
upsets
just
me as fuck. I'm mad.
listen.
You shouldn't have never even brought that
Bad
up.
example.
Why? We're the ones calling her big black.
You don't think white men was
monkey.
doing that too?
Yeah, they were definitely doing. They was doing it the most.
Them doing it is not a surprise to me.
I ain't
Black men
mad.
doing it is wild.
Yeah, that was a bad example because the last recent pictures of Serena Williams, she just looking crazy. I'm not sure who Venus date, but I always see Serena in the media for some reason, and she don't look nothing like how she once looked. And a lot of people attribute that to dating a white man, the dating white men. A lot of sisters, when they date white men, they get the they get the white man wig or whatever. Basically, it's almost like the opposite. Like when a black woman date a white man, sometimes she can make him look more black just by him rocking a certain hairstyle, rocking certain clothes, rocking a beard, almost like the Travis Kelsey, Kayla Nicole effect, you know. And you can see that with other type of men as well, with other type of women. And it's the opposite when the black woman is craving the attention for the white man, because now he gonna change her and have her wear certain wigs and stuff that don't even look appealing to most people in the black community, because you ain't got no swag, you ain't got no style, you ain't gonna know what's right or wrong, you know. You been misled, you know, almost like the Stephen Curry when he wore the Timberlands all wrong. Like you ain't got no culture, you just don't know, you know. But I think when it comes to the example she just said, that was a bad example. And a lot of these women, they change their hairstyle, they bleach their skin to appeal, you know, more lighter skin. And I just don't think you need to do all that, dog. You don't need to do all that to appease a man. You don't need to change religions to appease a man. You don't need to do all these things, you know. But um I guess is what she's saying is like no different than the black athlete that's in the white school. You know, you probably just surrounded by so many of these white girls. Evidently, you might just get with a white girl. But I always say, man, why don't the black men that like white women or act a certain way, you know, and you always know they're gonna get with a white woman, and a black woman that chase the white men and act a certain way, so you kind of know, yeah, she gonna end up with a white man. Why don't they date each other? You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why they never date each other? Like Candace Owens, she's with a white man, but why can't Candace Owens be with a black man like her? I think sometimes though that come from other race pedalization, and I think that come from like self hate. You know, that's just me personally. Because you mean to tell me you can find no black man that's equally like-minded like you? Like, how come those type of people never date? Those we all got those cousins, we all got those, you know, people we grew up with, where we always say, oh yeah, I know she gonna mess with a white man, I know he gonna mess with a white girl, he just fit the part. You know, you just know by the way they carry themselves, by the way they talk, by the way they act, you just know. But why don't those two people ever date? Like, that's big tripping me out. But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If she's making sense to y'all, do you disagree? Do you don't? Do you do agree with her? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know if you had any interracial, you know, experiences when it came to dating. You know, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out.